I'm in love with Orania.
Yeah.
Can I stay in here?
You're not Afrikaner.
In South Africa, a country where different races live together, there is one town that stands out. A town where black people can't live. This is Orania. A place only for white Afrikaners. Some say they are protecting their culture. Others say it's modern day apartheid. But how does a town like this still exist? Is it a place for cultural freedom? Or is an attempt to separate people based on race? Let's take a closer look at how Orania started, what life is like, and why it's so controversial. But before we dive into this story, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with others. This helps us bring you more eye-opening stories from around the world. Watch till the end to find out why the town continues to grow, despite the controversy surrounding it. Let's get started. The earth, rich in natural resources, vibrant cultures, and beautiful landscapes. Join me as we rover around with documentary stories and adventures. I got robbed and lost my equipment, but I am not giving up. These videos are just the beginning. Are you ready? You are now tuning into Tinkado.
Very good. So Ghana a woman very good. But also good.
To understand this story, we need to go back in time. South Africa has a long history. First, the Dutch came, then the British took over, and later, the Afrikaners controlled the country. Because of this, South Africa was ruled by white people for a long time. Then came Apartheid, a system that separates black and white people and gave all the power to the white minority. One of the people behind Apartheid was Hendrik Verwoerd. He was the leader who made sure Apartheid became the law. But not everyone agreed with him. In 1966, a man named Dimitri Chaffendas stabbed him to death. Chaffenda was a Greek Mozambican who worked in parliament. He didn't like apartheid and wanted a South Africa where all people had equal rights. He believed Verwoerd has to die for apartheid to collapse. But even after Verwoerd died, apartheid didn't end right away. It took many years. Fast forward to the 1990s, South Africa was changing. Nelson Mandela was released from prison, and apartheid was finally coming to an end. The country was becoming a democracy where all races could live together. Some white Afrikaners were afraid of these changes. They felt like they were losing their culture and their way of life. So in 1991, a group of them decided to create their own town. They bought land in the Northern Cape and called it Orania. Their goal was simple: to build a place where only Afrikaners could live, work and keep their traditions alive. The man leading this project was Karel Bischoff. And guess what? He was Verwoerd's son-in-law. That's why many people believe Orania is trying to bring back the old South Africa. Orania is a small town with about 3,000 people. It has its own schools, businesses, and even its own currency, called the Ora. The town does not allow black people to live or work there, unlike other towns in South Africa, where black workers do jobs like farming and cleaning. In Orania, only Afrikaners do these jobs. The people there call this self-work, saying that it helps them be independent. The people of Orania believe they are protecting their culture. They speak Afrikaans, celebrate Afrikaner history, and teach their children about their traditions. The town has strict rules. Only people who are Afrikaners and speak Afrikaans can live there. But many people outside the town see it as racism. They ask, if Orania is only for white Afrikaners, how is that different from Apartheid? The leaders of Orania say they are not racist. They believe that every group of people has their right to protect their culture, just like indigenous communities or small religious groups do, like the Khoisan and Zulu people. They argue that Orania is not against black people, but is simply a place where Afrikaners can live their way without outside interference. Their dream is to make Orania bigger, maybe even turn it into an independent Afrikaner country one day. They believe this is the only way to make sure their culture survives. But critics say this is just an excuse to live separately from black South Africans. Orania has faced a lot of criticism. Many South Africans feel that a town where only white people can live goes against everything the country is trying to build. The South African government has spoken against Orania many times, but legally they cannot shut it down. This because South Africa's constitutions allow people to create cultural communities. Orania uses this law to defend itself, saying they are just practicing cultural self-rule. However, many people, including government leaders and human rights activists, see Orania as a sign that racism is still alive in South Africa. They say it sends the wrong message to the world about the country's progress since apartheid ended. A common question people ask is, can black people visit Orania? The answer is yes. Black South Africans and people of other races can visit the town. There are no physical barriers stopping them from entry. However, they cannot live or work there because Orania is strictly for white Afrikaners. Some black visitors who have gone to Orania have said they were treated politely, while others have described feeling out of place due to the town's unique rules and purpose. However, Orania is known to be a very safe place with low crime rates, which is one of the reasons some Afrikaners choose to live there. The town's leaders insist they are not racist, but the fact that only one racial group is allowed to be part of the community still raises many concerns. Despite the controversy, Orania is growing. More Afrikaners are moving there, especially those who feel unsafe in other parts of South Africa. The town is also doing well economically. Businesses are expanding, and the town even has its own cryptocurrency. While South Africa struggles with problems like crime, unemployment and power cuts, Orania has stable jobs, clean streets and reliable electricity. Some people see it as proof that self-rule works. Others argue that Orania only succeeds because it shut out the rest of South Africa. The big question is, can Orania survive in the long run? For now, the town is growing and its people seem happy. They say they are not looking for trouble, only protecting their way of life. But South Africa is a country built on unity and diversity. Many believe that Orania cannot stay the way it is forever. Some people think the government should shut it down. Others believe that as time goes on, Orania will have to change and open up. Orania is a unique place that brings up many difficult questions. Is it a peaceful town where Afrikaners can keep their culture? Or is it a racist community that refuses to move forward? To some, it's a place of freedom. To others, it's a painful reminder of South Africa's past. Whatever happens, Orania remains a symbol of divide between those who want to live together and those who want to stay separate. And in South Africa, a country still healing from its history, that divide is not easy to ignore. But one thing is clear, Orania has built something for itself. The town does not rely on the government for support. It creates its own jobs, builds industries, and even exports goods to other places. The people keep their money in the town, making it a self-sufficient economy. If you relish this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button and share this with your friends. You can also support us get a laptop for in-depth animation. Join the membership link in pinned comments. And if you are curious about more incredible stories, check out this next video. I will see you there.